So today is day 25 of doing my trade recaps, posting and just yeah, ranting about the thing I know how to do best. Alright, so let's get straight to it. I'm gonna keep it short. So first of all, I like to start off on the 4 hour chart. And currently, okay, so knowing me very well, I only trade NQ, like the indices. And gold sometimes. Right, so let's get straight to it. So let me just clear my charts because it's a new week. Okay, good. So I like to use the session breaks because it divides each trading day very cleanly for me. So as we also Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we dump all the way down. On NQ, what happened? We ended up taking external range liquidity. That's also liquidity right here. Right here. We ended up taking sell side liquidity right here. As you can see, this is very, very obvious. If you can't see this, Charlie, get glasses, Bob. Just get glasses. So we took this liquidity, this low right here from a couple weeks ago. I'm trying to zoom in to get the exact dates. Okay, so we took this low from the 10th of June 2026. So this becomes major liquidity being swept. Okay, so once major liquidity being swept has been swept on one side, the market tends to reverse and then target the other side. So this in this scenario, we took sell side, which is a low, and now we are reversing going upward, and our target is buy side liquidity, right? So key important levels for us to have our trading bias is the previous day's high and the previous day's low. So I'm just mark it out real quick for those who need to see it. All right, so previous days highs and previous days lows. So the markets opened today a bit lethargic, but we're moving upwards. We had a couple of candles moving upwards. And if I check the 6 hour charts, hold on, I'm checking on my phone because I use a different broker for checking such things. Yes, so ideally, it was very, very clean. The 4 hour chart and the 6 hour chart were telling us that we are going to move up higher, and we did that. So on NQ and ES as well, we did we did that. Let me put the charts. We moved up higher, we went up higher, right? But we had a bullish SMT with ES. That tells me that ES is a stronger pair. So if you're looking for buys, ES, sorry, ES would have been the better assets to buy on. If you're looking for sells, NQ would have been better, or US 30. So yes, more education content I'm going to be releasing, but just bear with me. This is just a recap, not a tutorial video. So now that we know that we have bullish SMT with ES, now we can drop down to the 1 hour to look for our narrative. So our narrative is simple. Because I only trade New York session, I trade markets open, which is at 9:30 a.m. That's when the equities open. And because based off of our bias, I know that we are going to target the opposite direction. I have um two theses or two theories for a trade today. So one, trade towards internal range to the upside, or two, trade the reaction away from it. So yeah, accounts for reaction. Reaction. Sorry, I don't give a shit. So yeah, trade the reaction away from it. You understand? So we have two theses, right? So the market opens. So what happens? Boom, we push up, and then we ended up going straight into internal range. Internal range is basically liquidity that's resting in between highs and lows. And how do I know? As I know, just take your down box or your Fibonacci to extend it from the most recent high to the most recent low on the top on the chart. And as you can see, 50%, which is zero point 0.5, aligns perfectly with where the market oh my days. This is so clean. Aligns perfectly with where the market reversed. And if you're an ICT trader, you would see this breaker block was also your point of interest. So the market open, so now we can go on the lower time frame because we have our thesis, and then we put our marker on 930. So 930, you can do two things. You can take the buys into your internal range or wait for the reaction and then sell. Me personally, I like to wait for the reaction because buying straight off of 930 or selling straight off of 930 is not really my thing, because at 930, look at your chart. The 930 candle is usually the manipulation candle. The first move is usually the fake moves. You understand? But trading is trading. Everyone has their own idea on what they look for on the chart. But for me, so what I did was waited for 930 to open. See, price came to our key level, and around this key level, we had major internal liquidity, which is this fair value gap, this bearish gap, the price traded through, and then 50% of the trading range. So now that I know that I want to wait for the reaction, I just go on my lower time frame. It would be the 3 minutes or the 5 minutes. And I just wait for a change in state of delivery. And we had that right here. And then I just sell on the next candle. And yeah, put my stop loss at the external high and then target my usual 2 hour or midnight open or any other thing. 2 hour, 3 hour, but usually 2 hour is the most achievable risk to reward ratio. And as you can see, you would have got um a perfect entry waiting for the reaction. So yeah, we got the same thing on Nasdaq too. The same thing on Nasdaq. On Nasdaq, we had this change in states or the market structure shift or a breakup structure, anything you want to call it, it's the same thing. We all trade the same thing. We just decide to call it different names. Yeah. And then this inverse gap. So right after the inverse gap, I can take myself, and yeah, this trade was very, very good. Great way to start the week. Did we get 3 hour on this trade? No, we did not on NQ. But it's all good. We got a 2 hour, and that's all you need to retire your parents, honestly. So yeah, um, very good day. Sorry, very good setup, very good trading day. And then look how price reacted to the midnight open, which is this black line right here. And yeah, um, my order flow traders too. You could have extended your range from 930 to 11. Yep. And then look how we reacted at a very area low, and then we went straight up, targeting the very area high. So yeah, um, my silver bullet traders, guys, trust me, I spent more time studying every trading model, and I can literally tell all traders won today. Order flow traders usually win most of the time. So yeah, um, with silver bullets, you could have cut these buys. Sorry, do you have a 1 hour key over here? Yeah, you could have cut these buys, and you could have cut the sells right after. So yeah, today was a very, very good trading day, which is a Monday actually. So God is glorified. Um, yeah, that's it. That's it. I actually don't have anything else to say because it's not a tutorial video. So yeah, God is glorified. We'll go again tomorrow. With that being said, look alive.